Welcome to Season 4 of the Funding Love Adoption Podcast with Mal and Kate.
We are two adoptive moms that seek to love, support, and elevate all corners of the adoption triad while running our nonprofit, Funding Love.
Funding Love creates post-adoption experiences that strengthen bonds, build community, and restore people.
And the Funding Love Adoption Podcast exists to bring education and awareness to those both inside and outside the adoption community.
So pour yourself your favorite beverage and pull up a chair because everyone has a seat at our table.
Together, we are Funding Love,
the podcast. Welcome to our first bonus episode of Season 4 of the Funding Love Adoption Podcast with Mal and Kate. We are fresh off of the birth mom vacation. Literally, the ladies have just checked out. So we're going to do a little recap episode. And with us in this episode, we have our 3 magic makers and our vacation director. So Sara Basham, tell us your role and then we'll go around.
Absolutely. I'm Sara Basham. I'm the vacation director for Funding Love. So I take care of all the little details that go into getting everyone here, from booking their flights and their transfers to making sure that we have the best rooms for them, scooters, whatever our families need to make a good vacation.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we have our 3 magic makers. My name is Audra Ryder.
Where are you from?
I am from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
And it's our first year in Magic Makers.
It is.
I'm Sara Bonds. I'm also from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I am Jess Martin. I moved to Claremont, Florida 2 days before we got this trip started. So it was a bit of a crazy week.
So all 3 of our magic makers, it's their first year. And so we're going to go through and talk about the trip, kind of give a little small recap of each day, and then just kind of get some thoughts on the vacation.
Right.
So tell us about day 1, Mel.
So
give us a little recap.
Let's get started. I think this is so fun. It's like a little girl squad here.
Mm-hmm.
So day 1 is check-in day for these Funding Love ladies.
Mm-hmm.
They arrive anytime between 11 and 3, and they are welcomed with a welcome basket.
Mm-hmm.
They get settled into their room. Those that get here earlier are able to go to the pool, grab some lunch, and then the biggest part of our check-in day is our opening night dinner, which we held for the 4th time in a row at California Grill, which is a restaurant at the top of a contemporary resort. It overlooks Magic Kingdom. We spoiled them with a 5-course dinner, white tablecloth, beautiful room. And then we had a surprise visit from Minnie Mouse, which was so fun.
Yeah. And some vocal performances. And we just tried to do add those special things in that.
And we tied a bow on the night by watching Happily Ever After, the Magic Kingdom fireworks show from the rooftop. And the thing I love about opening night is I feel like it really breaks the ice for these women. Yep. It helps them to get to know each other. And we get to vision cast a little bit.
It sets the tone for the week too, of like what they're there for, and how special they are. Right. Because we kind of start at VIP. We can super princess. You're a princess. So we can lay that out there.
What that trip is going to be like for them and help them to really get excited about it. Our magic makers were there to get to know them as well. So Audra, what was your favorite moment from opening night dinner?
Golly, I think there's a lot of moments I could choose from. I do love the opportunity that we had for the icebreakers. It was just fun to
that was not this year. And I love that we did that. Yeah.
Talk about something other than the elephant in the room in a sense. It's like they all have this common, but it's like we're more than just that. So just, finding out who they are and
funny things about them.
Yes. Like, you find one's obsessed with Demi Lovato or, just the fun different things. But I think my favorite moment from opening night was definitely when Minnie came out. Just seeing the absolute sheer excitement and the ability to just kind of be a kid again. I'm allowed to be excited about this. And it's my moment. I'm not doing this for somebody else. It's my moment. And so seeing that just carefree joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it was awesome. And I know, Sara, you did have a magical moment too during the fireworks, I remember.
Oh, yes. We were definitely dancing. There's lots of dancing. There's lots of singing together. I especially liked the Jack Sparrow dances that everybody did. And I was like, just don't slip on the water. But yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah. And it rained just a little bit to give the, magical feel. It wasn't downpouring, but I think the rain was kind of magical. Is it?
Yeah, it was.
It did down too.
And I can't remember who it was that said, but at one point during the show, the song "You'll Be in My Heart,"
and they embraced,
they embraced each other. It was like they all felt that ping in their heart, and it was another song that even tied them during the Magic Kingdom fireworks. So it was such a great way to kick off the trip. And so
And
We were
the
definitely
food.
vibing on the food.
It was so good.
Every time.
And it was
year.
great because we had wine and beer for those that wanted to enjoy it, but we also had 2 really cute mocktails,
Crafted mocktails for them.
like a strong mom margarita, and then we had a sunset princess that was delicious. That's the one I had, but
Mhm.
It was gorgeous.
that was really fun.
Yeah,
to
that was
be
the
able-
first year we did that too, and I'm glad we did because they enjoyed it. Yeah, that was awesome.
So let's go into our first full park day. Why don't you
Yeah,
tell us what they did on their first
So
day?
that's day 2, and that's VIP day. So that's our VIP tour day. But our VIP tour doesn't start till later in the afternoon. So a lot of the women go to Disney, Animal Kingdom in the morning because they won't be hitting that on the VIP tour. So our magic makers got up early and took most of the women. I think there's only 2 that stayed back and said, I'm going to rest, to Animal Kingdom and do a little morning there, have the snacks, the treats, kind of hit up some of those big rides, come back, have lunch together as a group, and then we head on the VIP tour. And that's just special because you take back entrances. I know we've said this before in years past, but they get to go into the park in the back entrances and skip the lines and always go to the front. And I would say when we talked to the women, that was the VIP tour was probably their like most special day. They would say they loved that the most of the vacation. So that's always a fun day. And then we wrap it up with VIP viewing for Happily Ever After.
That's right.
And then ice cream bars, and our VIP tour guides are awesome. So everybody gets a ice cream bar or a Mickey sandwich, and I don't know, watch the fireworks. That's magical. And then we also had a little bit of rain too.
Mhm.
I know maybe that people don't like the rain, but there was something about it that we were like dancing, and it was like
Not a heavy rain. It was like
No.
a magical rain.
it was like
I don't know how to
making
explain
me
it.
glisten. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was fun. So Jess, what would you say? Like, do you think offering the VIP tour is impactful for these women?
Incredibly. It
Yeah.
was huge. I kept hearing them say, like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, like
Yeah.
over and over again. I was like, it is. Like, this is crazy to
Mm.
experience this with you guys. Like, they were so excited and they knew what was happening. It was like so special. The entrances, they would greet them with food, water bottles waiting for them, like just like truly being treated like a princess. And then everyone would get back in the van and all the inside jokes would start and like getting back in the van was even bonding times. It was like, okay, let's be silly and giggle and laugh and like, all right, getting to the next part. But
Yeah.
like, it was huge. Like they just kept saying, I can't believe we're doing this. I can't believe we're doing this. Like, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
Right.
A lot
Like,
of them would
yeah.
say they don't have to, they just kind of followed. They didn't have to worry about what was next. They were just like, oh, we'll follow. It was great.
And don't you feel like, given that it's such a structured environment where they're being catered to and spoiled, that even a VIP tour creates more bonds and the opportunity for bonding than just like saying, go have fun in the park?
Oh, for sure. The
'Cause they gotta
VIP,
think
yeah,
about
the
it.
VIP tour creates
Mhm.
space for that. Like it
Yeah.
gave them the opportunity to ride the things they all wanted to ride that they'd heard about while being able to make memories and bond together because they're not having to think. They're not having to even worry about how they're going to get to the next spot.
Mhm.
Like literally it was just, let's have fun and laugh the whole time. We're talking from here to there in line. Oh, we're going to the next
day.
ride. And
Mhm.
like, it just, yeah.
It's
It's like you become the team then when you do the VIP, like
Yeah.
everyone's like a team. It was great.
Yeah, it's cool. And they all
I-
had matching shirts that day.
Mhm.
And those tours are gifted by our donors.
They
So
are.
we're so grateful that because it leaves a lasting impact. That is usually always, for the most part, the favorite memory
Yes.
from the trip is being treated like a princess on that tour.
So thank you to the donors that make those VIP tours possible. And also a shout out to another donor that showed up that day. She
Oh my
texted
gosh,
me,
yes.
Kimmy, and she said, hey, I just have a little gift. Can I stop by and hand it to you? And she stopped in the lobby, handed me gift cards for not only all the women, but for the magic makers as well, because she said, I want you to give these to the ladies. And she had handwritten individual cards to each of them and said, I want you to tell them this is for them.
Mhm.
Buy themselves something. And I
Not
think
their
that is so
kids.
magical. And I think it's such a great way for people to partner with us. Some
Mhm.
people like to give online. Some people like to give monthly. Some people come to our galas. And I mean, some people do multiple of those, but
But giving to a specific thing is
Yeah.
special while
like
on the trip.
on our
Mhm.
family trip, we had a donor come and give ice cream bars to all of the families and then have her show up and give
Mm.
gift cards so the birth moms could go get them a sweatshirt or a spirit
Mhm.
jersey to commemorate the trip with. It's so
Yes, it's
magical. So
magical.
thank you to all the donors that make these trips so special and magical, including the donors that donate to those welcome baskets,
Mm.
because the women
Small
just
shops,
raved
yeah.
over the small shops and all that was donated to them there. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So tell
But
us about
that
day 3.
leads us into community day and
No park hop day.
Oh, park hop day.
Yeah,
Look
you're
at
skipping
that.
ahead. Yeah, park hop day. That's
Yeah.
the second day in the park, day 3.
Sarah, why don't you
technically.
give us a little recap about what our day? It's our first. guys, we're really messing this up here. It's our second full days in the park, but it feels like day three
because we've had
Day.
opening night. Yeah.
So we're just clarifying here, but give us a brief synopsis of day
3.
Park hop day.
2.5.
So we started out in Magic Kingdom, and our wonderful photographer, Michonne, came and took pictures of all of us together. We did roomie pictures, which is a really sweet moment. I think we see how those relationships have developed so quickly in just 48 hours, maybe. And they all have matching shirts. So the roomies have the same color of shirts. And that was in front of the castle while we waited for the park to officially open. And then we kind of broke off into little groups and went and did different rides together, grabbed snacks. The ladies had Dole Whips on their must-do list. So we all got that. And after we had finished everything we wanted to do in Magic Kingdom, we took the monorail over to Epcot and we enjoyed Food and Wine Festival, which is wonderful. So it's a great opportunity for them to ride some rides, but also maybe try some foods and experiences that they haven't tried before. And wrapped up the day with Luminous, the fireworks show at Epcot. And some ladies came back to the room because they wanted to rest, and that was wonderful for them.
It is a long couple days in the park.
It is.
Yeah, it is. So I'd love that second park day that they can have that flexibility to do it hard or to come back and
I mean,
Yeah.
it is their vacation
Yeah,
too, and
it
if that's
is.
how they want to choose to vacation is to take a nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, please do that. That
It
would
is.
bring us joy to be able to provide the opportunity. So, yeah.
So I want to ask Sara Bonzheim, our magic maker question. How did you witness the magic of Disney help the birth moms build community? Do you think Disney has a part in that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think that we all have an inner like Disney child. And like talking about the park hopping day, like we sang Part of Your World in the line. And everybody chimed in and it's like super echoey. So we sounded so great, which is amazing. So I mean, just seeing that inner child come out, because that does make the best memories.
Like Dumbo.
Yeah. Well, even just like connecting that back to their childhood, like, getting that picture, like recreating that picture from your childhood on that special elephant and making sure she got that one. That was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that was super fun.
it's so great. I do think that there's something so special about Disney World that you just can't even put a finger on, but there's the magic here really does help expedite the mission of Funding Love and helping to strengthen bond, build community, and find healing and restoration. So that's why we can never stop doing what we're doing, right?
That's it. So that leads us into Community Day,
That's right.
which is the day that a couple of years ago we added that on because we realized, okay, this was a lot. They need a day to be together and to like after the madness and the I guess the exhaustion of being in the parks, just to kind of unwind and really connect on like a friendship level instead of, I think we see like the trip kind of like tie into a bow at that point with those friendships and the bonds and the community that they're building. So that's a fun date. Sleeping. The women were sleeping in, got breakfast late, went to the pool. Some said, I'm going to get up and work out. And do you want to know what happened? They didn't get up and work out. No, they didn't get up and work out. So they enjoyed the pool. They did lunch together. And then we went to Disney Springs for our farewell dinner. So we head over there a little early so they can do some shopping or whatever. But that was great. We had it at Summer House on the Lake, which is a new restaurant in Disney Springs. And it was incredible. It was incredible. The food was good. The service was good. It was like family style, but everything was amazing. So that's probably definitely going to be added to the list again next year. So that was fun.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And one more thing we did do differently on our community day this year is for the first time ever, we invited a videographer to come and join us
Forget about Ryan.
For the duration of our trip. Ryan Smith. And he the women, I think, loved him.
Yeah, he got the name Rye Guy.
Yeah. He was Rye Guy. And so on community day, we just set up in mine and Kate's room and we said, hey, if you would like to come share your story and experience with Funding Love, stop by and we would love to be able to do that on film to share with our donors and for you to have too. And it was amazing to see all these women show up and share their experience, share pieces of their story, things and just pieces of what it's like to be a birth mom. And I feel like I'm constantly, every single year, even though we've done this for 4 years,
open your perspective.
continuing to open my mind and my heart and to help even still continue to educate me.
Oh, yeah.
And I absolutely love that. And it was just really powerful. And I love that they had that moment and that they took advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So let's see. Who do we want to ask this question to? Hey, Sarah, why don't we ask you? You were sure for a good part of that. But so how do you feel like a funding love vacation helps empower a birth mom to kind of step confidently into her voice and share her story for the good? Because I feel like we've said before in the past that this can be something that a lot of women keep secret or don't feel comfortable talking about. And it's really cool to see them on day 3 really feel like, yeah, this is my story and I can share that. So do you feel like a funding love vacation and is really a catalyst in that, and how so?
Absolutely. So we say all the time, a funding love vacation is so different than just a regular Disney vacation, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we see how powerful it is for a woman to look in the eyes of another woman, to sit across from her and to say, I get it.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the incredible opportunity to see those relationships unfold later. And so some women, they've never spoken to another birth mom, or perhaps they've never met another one in person, and they are able to move confidently into their story. And we see them making plans for the future, whether it's perhaps a speaking engagement or a get together in their own community for the birth moms in their community, such as like a pizza dinner or a beach day for those that live here in Florida. And it is so amazing that we get to see those relationships form and that confidence just come in them in the course of just a few days. Sometimes they come in and there's a lot of anxiety with meeting new people and being in a situation where
What am I walking?
What am I walking into? What have I gotten myself into? And then by the end, you see them exchanging phone numbers, sharing hugs, making plans with each other, making plans for the future. And then we get to see past birth moms too share with us how much they appreciate what we've done and how it's changed their lives. And we've seen them move into different roles in their own communities as well, and to have a strong voice.
Yeah.
And a couple even popped by on community day. And so that was wonderful that they were able to, they're connected.
Love alumni.
It is,
Yes.
they're staying engaged.
They're staying engaged. Yes.
But the thing about funding love vacation is there's no expectation.
None.
So when they come, there's like a safe space of, I don't need to bear it all. I don't need to go deep in my story and my trauma and my hurt and my pain and all of that. But by community day, there's been enough of like a safe space that it happens. There's no like planned time to sit around in a circle and share that, but it happens because the friendships and just continue to grow. And then it's almost like a casual thing. And it doesn't feel as, I don't want to speak for them, but from outside looking in, it doesn't feel as like painful. Because it wasn't like something that they were, I guess, expected to do on this vacation. So I love that. I love that, like casual.
No expectations.
Yeah, no expectations. No strings attached, we always say.
So it was a wonderful way to end the trip and have a little bow on it with that final dinner all together, which was delicious. And then this morning we got up, we saw them off at the bus stop, had breakfast with some and helped them load their cars, and they're off on their merry way. And now we get to sit back and watch Facebook and see the friendships grow and thrive and
brief it all.
And really just be so grateful that they said yes to us. And we're so grateful again to all of the donors, because it's not just us. We're here doing the logistics and making it happen, but we could not do it without the funds and support of all of the donors that give to these vacations. So let's just do a little round the horn here, and let's all share one favorite moment. Let's all share one favorite moment from the trip. Let's start with Audra over here.
Oh golly.
Just pass it to Sarah. We'll just favorite moment from the trip.
All right. Can I share what I shared earlier? Okay. So you had mentioned it. But my favorite moment that like it's playing back like a constant DVD in my head. And it was the opening night at the fireworks when the song "You'll Be in My Heart" came on. And it's like I watched a couple girls just embrace each other. And it was just this unspoken conversation that was so loud, but nothing was said. And like, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it in that moment, but it's just that camaraderie of, like you said, I know you have a story. I have a story too. And we're more than the stigmas. Like, we are breaking those, and we can still be people outside of that, that they have, value outside of just that. They're more than that. So they are that, which is such a blessing. But yeah, that moment right there was like, whew.
Yeah, Sarah.
Oh gosh, there's so many.
I know it's hard. It's a big one.
I mean, one of the moments that I really liked, and I hope we get to do it again, was playing Heads Up.
Yes.
Like, it was pouring rain, and like the volume of us screaming at each other.
It was a little obnoxious.
Yeah,
We got loud.
Yes, yes. It was just so good,
A
and
circle of us. It was super fun.
so competitive, and there's definitely some camaraderie and just playing a game, and I absolutely love that. It
We
was
see
so fun.
personalities come out.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are so talented and like trying to like describe things, and
Yeah.
it was just so fun. And just like a little bit different, a little bit more lighthearted, and that bond where like they're more than just that one part of them, and like just seeing them show up and their personality in that. So it was really fun.
Yeah.
I agree. Heads Up was fabulous. But my favorite was writing Flight of Passage. So I'm sitting there and I've got Muthoni to my right and Sara to my left. And after that, my voice has not come back. That was day 2. My voice was gone because we screamed and yelled the entire time. It's a 4-minute ride, isn't it? Like, it's long, and we screamed the entire time. And then I was crying and watching their faces on it. I mean, I took videos because I've never had so much fun on a ride in my entire life. And then I looked over and I see everyone else doing the same thing on the other track, and I'm like, stop! I want to relive this forever.
It's like pure joy.
Pure
That's
joy
and
the inner child. Like,
Yes.
don't tell me that I can't have fun at Disney World as an
too.
adult.
Yeah.
As an adult woman, I can have fun at Disney World.
Yeah,
That's the
I
idea.
love that. Here, I'm gonna untangle my lights out.
There we go. I'm gonna come around to there, Mal.
I love it. Thank you for being with us. This is fun though. I like
This is
this.
fun.
Yeah.
My favorite moment, probably similar to Audra's opening night, watching the fireworks when the Aladdin scene came out and the arm in arm. Is that the one? And they were doing the high kicks together. They're doing that, and there was puddles because of the rain, and they were just dancing in the rain. So I loved that moment. And then when Minnie Mouse came out, I don't know if I'm just like feeling that myself because that was one of my favorite moments for me. But their faces do light up, and that's just kind of like, please let go, be a kid. And they all formed a line, and they were FaceTiming their kids, and they were taking selfies. So I love that moment. I do. What about you?
Oh gosh, there are so many, and now I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to share. Sarah, you go first.
No worries.
Too many I do.
So I'm with Jess. I loved Flight of Passage, but I'm going to share about a different moment too, because we went to Magic Kingdom on Park Day 2, and we had popped into Starbucks to get some coffee for our magic makers. And we were planning to meet everybody at the castle. They were bringing all of our ladies to the castle for our pictures. And instead, they all popped into Starbucks. And it is so special to have Starbucks on Main Street in Disney World in Magic Kingdom. And we all needed caffeine at that point.
They said we can't walk by Starbucks without going in.
So we all had something, and it perked us up for the rest of the day. And that was
fun.
It was
Share
really
some coffee
fun and
together.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I've circled back around. So I think my favorite moment was getting to see them come in and confidently share their story. I cannot wait for Ryan to edit and make that video what it's going to be. He's going to give us a little compilation video, and I love that he's going to give the women their own private video of like a recap of their trip. And but watching them walk in, and a lot of them were nervous because he put a little mic on them and they're sitting under a big spotlight, but then to see them confidently share their story and be vulnerable, that was super powerful to me, because they're sitting here talking about their Funding Love vacation and how impactful it was for them, which always reminds me we can never, ever stop doing this.
No, we can't. No, absolutely not. So that was just a couple more questions, because we just got to kind of tie a bow on this, because we could talk forever about it. So I'm going to ask Audra. Maybe we'll ask more. But I'm going to ask you this question. How has your experience as a magic maker changed stigmas or even shifted your view of a birth mom?
Okay. So I definitely walked in almost with the perception of what could I do for you?
Yeah.
You know, which, and I do think we do serve that purpose. Like we're definitely like, what can I help you with?
Yeah.
But I walked away going, wow, like you're so much more than just a story. Like you're a person with, yes, you have a past, but you're so much more than that. And I learned so much. And it was humbling for me to kind of realize it's like, okay, yeah, her story is that, but her story is that. And this story is amazing, but golly, that's hard. And it's like seeing them come together with all these different stories, but still this one thing in common that's just, they understand. So for me personally, like being a magic maker and being able to be that helping hand for them, but also like they changed my life. You know, they're such selfless people through and through. And I think that's the biggest commonality I saw through all of them is the selflessness, truly.
Yeah. No, I love that. I'm going to ask this one to you.
Okay.
What would you, Mallory, founder, say to the donors that made this trip possible?
I mean, just start with thank you. We are so grateful for everything that you do or anything that you give. We say that all the time. $5 makes a difference. You're buying a Mickey bar. $100 makes a difference. You're buying a sit-down meal. And you know, it's expensive to take these women to Disney, but it is so worth it. And we can only do it through your generous support. So we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. And like we've said before, you're not just gifting money to an organization to book a Disney vacation for someone. You are taking part in this mission when you are doing that. You are empowering women to step into their stories and say, I don't have to be ashamed of this. I don't have to live in silence. I want to speak out. I want to help other women that have stories like me. You're empowering them to use their voice. You are ending generational stigmas that people have thought about these women, and to go deeper into our other vacations. Like you are granting childhood dreams. You are supporting stronger family units. Partnering with Funding Love is so much more than just paying for someone's Disney vacation. And we could not do it without you. So we invite you to continue to join us. If you've never joined us before and you're considering partnering with us, we would love for you to partner with us because together we just feel like this big Funding Love family. And we all can say proudly together that we are Funding Love. But that was adorable.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. So that's a wrap on the vacation.
That is a wrap.
We're all going to go home, take a nap. Go home, take a nap. But I just want to say thank you to the Magic Makers because you all fundraise to be here and that's hard and you're away from your family. So that's a sacrifice. So thank you for serving Funding Love and serving these ladies so well because they loved y'all so much and you went above and beyond. And Sara, thank you. Gosh, all the little details that we didn't have to do because you're amazing and magical.
Truly my honor.
Oh, it was awesome. And thank you all for tuning into this episode of the Funding Love Adoption Podcast with Mel and Kate. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.